Saudi Islamic clerics have spoken out against a spate of attacks against Christians in northern Iraq. Iraqi authorities say they are doing everything they can to make the community safe after more than 12 Christians were killed in recent weeks. But despite their assurances, the thousands of Christians that have fled Mosul over the month say they're not going home soon. Rosie Garthwaite has this.
These people have come under attack because they choose to pray in a church rather than a mosque. They're just a few of the thousands of Iraqis forced to leave their homes in the north of the country in recent weeks.
Other people seeing our situation, let them come, let them help. We need a solution. I have 14 people living in my house. Who would leave their work and home to come here and beg for food if the situation wasn't desperate?
Iraq was home to one of the largest original Christian communities. However, it now only makes up 3% of the population. That's around 800,000 people. Hundreds have been murdered, churches have been torched and bombed, forcing the community into exile. In Mosul, over half the estimated 20,000 Christians who lived there before 2003 have already left. Now more Christians are being forced to flee. They've become the focus of a brutal killing campaign. More than a dozen people have been murdered over the past few weeks. Among them, witnesses say, a teenager and a shopkeeper standing at his doorstep. The battle against sectarian violence was supposed to have been won in Mosul. Thousands of Iraqi forces, led by the Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki himself, were deployed as part of the Mosul offensive aimed at ridding the city of al-Qaeda and other armed fighters. The Prime Minister declared victory in May. Now, thousands of extra police are being deployed to Mosul for a second time. But this surge in Iraqi forces is doing little to reassure the Christian community. The Archbishop of this church says he's housing 84 families and trying to provide for them, but doesn't know how much longer he can keep it up.
We talked to high-ranking officials. They promised us stability so the families could return and that they would give us security. But I think that this is a bit too difficult. It will be hard to get things back to the way they were. The bloodshed is increasing day by day.
More than 1,000 Christians have fled in the last fortnight, many with only what they could carry. The Red Crescent is struggling for resources.
The Iraqi Red Crescent is bringing food to these families who are mainly living in churches and schools. So far, we've distributed food to thousands of families around the area.
Despite government assurances, these people say they don't feel able to return to Mosul. And until they feel safe again, these church walls will have to be their home. Rosie Garthwaite, Al Jazeera.